A practical application, innovative electrical services. At the close of the previous chapter, Karel assessed the current state of his business against 6 criteria. At the conclusion of this initial assessment, Karel identified 8 areas that he believed needed to be addressed. However, before any changes can be made, Karel must craft a strategy to create a unique mix of value from which a value proposition may be derived. To succeed, Karel must consider how his business will create value for customers, suppliers, and shareholders. What's more, this strategy must produce a complementary mix of value where the choices Karel makes in terms of selecting value drivers work together to create value for all stakeholders. Up to this point, Karel has not given much attention to creating value for shareholders. His focus has been on generating maximum profits by creating value for customers. But Karel now understands that to develop the business into an asset of value require a new and inclusive way of thinking. Shareholder value drivers. Karel selects 2 value drivers for creating shareholder value, namely developing intellectual property and building a customer base. He intends to develop intellectual property within the business in 3 ways. Develop a competent management team to take over the management of the business from him. Recruit, train and develop a team of electricians and technicians with specialized skills in the field of renewable energy. And develop technology to assess a prospective customer's need for renewable energy solutions and generate suitable recommendations. In addition, Karel is determined to build a customer base. Karel intends to develop a customer base in the following ways. Expand the scope of renewable energy solutions to include not only solar installations but also wind energy solutions and water buffering solutions in order to target a wider audience of prospective customers. 2. Offer a comprehensive maintenance contract together with extended product warranties to retain customer relationships and generate an additional revenue stream. And 3. At present the focus had been on the residential property market, but Karel intends to craft renewable energy solutions for smaller businesses to diversify the customer base. Customer value drivers. To create customer value, Karel decides that IES must excel at 2 value drivers, namely accessibility and service, and to compete on an equal footing in terms of the remaining customer value drivers. Access. Renewable energy solutions are relatively expensive. As a result, many households and smaller businesses are unable to access this type of technology. Karel believes that offering a funding mechanism by way of a finance solution will enable a wider audience of prospective customers to access these solutions. Service. Renewable energy solutions are relatively unknown amongst consumers. Karel intends to build relationships with prospective customers by offering educational information to create awareness and stimulate demand for renewable energy solutions. Karel believes that customer relationships may be maintained by developing technology to assess customer needs on an ongoing basis and provide appropriate solutions. Supplier value drivers. Karel needs to integrate the choices he has made in terms of selecting value drivers for shareholders and customer value with the choices he now makes insofar as relates to supplier value. From experience, Karel knows that the majority of renewable energy components are imported by a small number of local businesses. These local importers have become something of a cartel dominating the industry. Instead of trying to compete with established importers, Karel must find a way of packaging his solutions that will differentiate IES from competitors. Karel selects two supplier value drivers, namely market access and market insight. An essential element to transforming the business into an asset of value is to diversify the supplier base. Karel decides to accomplish this in two ways. Expand his current offerings to include not only solar installations but also wind energy and water buffering solutions. By doing so, Karel has an opportunity to develop new supplier relationships and develop new revenue streams. And two, select specific funding partners to provide finance solutions to Karel's customers. Funding partners may include financiers and or investors. Karel intends to think of and treat funding partners as essential suppliers. To give more customers better access to renewable energy solutions, Karel must treat suppliers as collaborators. He intends to achieve this in the following ways. Consistently provide suppliers with information about emerging customer needs and preferences by using bespoke technology to predict customer demand. Use a standard set of components for the following reasons. Improve inventory management. By deciding on a standard set of components, IES can limit the variety of components it needs to keep in inventory. Improve maintenance of renewable energy installations. By using a standard set of components, it's much easier to train technicians to replace failing components. Simplify pricing. By using a standard set of components, pricing for installations are simplified. Improve demand planning. By using a standard set of components, it becomes much easier to predict and forecast demand for products. Open new markets for supplier products by finding unique ways of packaging various renewable energy components to meet customer needs. And gain and maintain the approval of funding partners for specific product components. Karel understands that funding partners are more likely to provide competitive finance solutions where they understand the collateral value of the equipment. By selecting a standard set of components sourced from specific manufacturers, IES are in a better position to gain the approval of financiers for the equipment. Karel also intends to provide funding partners with ongoing market information in order to gain their trust and collaboration with a view to develop new funding mechanisms for renewable energy solutions. In summary, Karel crafted a unique mix of value based on the following value drivers. For shareholders, intellectual property. Build the internal capacity of the business by developing a management team, superior technical skills, and bespoke technology. For shareholders also, a customer base. Offer a maintenance program together with extended warranties supported by bespoke technology. For customers, access by offering funding solutions to prospective customers, and for customers' relationship by using technology to assess ongoing customer needs and to present appropriate solutions. For suppliers, market access. Open new markets for manufacturers by designing renewable energy solutions, incorporating solar, wind, and water buffering related technologies. And for suppliers, market insight. Collaborate with both manufacturers and funders to understand emerging customer needs and preferences. Karel can now derive a value proposition from this new strategy to create a unique mix of value for customers, suppliers, and shareholders. But first, Karel must test his hypothesis. Does this unique mix of value meet the needs and preferences of his target market?